Here we have a pre-owned 2018 Nissan Armada. This one comes in the platinum trim level in pearl white. Then we have almond perforated leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 5.6 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, made it to a 7-speed automatic transmission, and that gets us 390 horsepower, 394 pound-feet of torque. And this one has almost 83,000 miles on it. But as we get around to the front end here, we get our LED daytime running lights, headlamps there, fog lights. Love the look. It's starting to rain a little bit, so I'm trying to go through this rather quickly, but the pearl white does a great job at not showing all the road rash there, so I'm not seeing very much of it unless I zoom in just a little bit. And the aluminum part of this bumper here just has a few nicks and scratches, but for the most part, it's in pretty great shape, honestly. Now as we come around to these wheels, these are going to be 20-inch aluminum wheels. Love the platinum look there. Now we get passive keyless entry on the front. Blind spot monitor there, memory seat. To set that up, hit set and then hold the number you want to set it to. And then we have one-touch automatic up and down windows, power door lock controls here, power folding mirrors here, so we can fold those in or fold them out. And then we have our power mirror controls there, left side, right side, and then you can offset it in the middle there and adjust either side using that dial and that rear window lock. Bottle holder. Now over here we have our power lift gate controls, heated steering wheel toggle, and then our blind spot monitors, we can toggle those on and off. And then we have our power door, we can turn that off or on. And there is the foot pedal brake, so we can push that all the way in to cut it on and take it off by pushing it again. And then our hood release is there. And here's the, I believe this is a 10-way power driver seat, and we have that 2-way power lumbar support. But I have this seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So let's check out this rear leg room. But huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. Let's hop in here. So we do have the dual entertainment headrest there. You can activate those with a remote. But great space back here. These tend to be pretty big, but still very impressed by the overall space in the second row. Now we do have 2-stage heated outboard seats, and then we can adjust our fan speed here for the back, set that auto mode on and toggle that off by adjusting fan speed again. And then we can decide where we want the airflow to go and adjust the temperature here. And then USB-A ports on either side, and then we can adjust our volume as well as our headphone input. All that's right in here on either side. Now here we have cup holders in this center storage console. And then right in here, we have the headphones and the remotes. It's a little dark in there, so excuse me. And then we have that third row folded down right there. And then we have additional storage right in there. So plenty of usability here. We could probably hang 2 plastic hangers and then a few metal hooks on this hanger hook here. And I love that we have another grab handle there to get in and out. But let's make our way towards the back. Gas cap is there. And as we come around to the back end, again, very little show of wear and tear except a spot right here. We have a few scuffs or scratches, but again, this pearl white just does a great job at hiding all that. And then tow hitches behind here. And there's our spare tire underneath there. And there's the exhaust. So opening the lift gate here. I went ahead and folded that third row up, but you can adjust it as you need to right in there. And I love being able to do that if you don't want them folded flat. And then you can actually adjust the seats from here as well if you want to recline your seats from the third row. And a little storage underneath here. But let's go back around to this rear passenger side. Now you can tumble this seat either by pulling up here or by pulling up here and holding it. And then this front passenger seat, I believe, is an 8-way power seat with 2-way power lumbar support. And then we have a lockable glove compartment here, owner's manuals, and we even have the window sticker. So back in 2018, this Armada Platinum was $62,240, but y'all can pause anywhere you need to in the video if you want to take a closer look at anything. And this one was actually pretty awesome. Now you have the standard entertainment system, standard Bluetooth, Bose, nav, it was just loaded up. So that's pretty neat. But it's starting to come down a little bit more, so I'm gonna try and hurry up in the engine bay and then get in. So there's that 5.6 liter endurance engine, 390 horsepower. It's mostly covered up there. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here, feels good. Just a little bit of wear around the leather there, but it is held up pretty nicely, I think. And again, we get a 13-speaker Bose sound system. But to the radio here, this is the navigation screen, and if you ever want to type in a destination, hit that navy button there. You can type it in by street address, points of interest, or shopping, whatever. And then you can set up a home destination and all that. And then, like the actual map itself, you can zoom in and out by pinching and all that. Then we have our apps here. Climate here. We do get dual zone automatic climate control for the front. And when you hit that climate button, these are some of the shortcuts that come up. But everything can pretty much be controlled down here. We can turn our fan speed down, up, set the whole thing off there. AC toggle, vents. And then we also have our rear we can turn on and off. And then we can decide where the airflow is coming from by hitting that mode there, and actually show you on the screen where it's going. And then you can push on and off for the dual zone climate control, or you can just adjust that passenger side to unsync there. And then we can adjust driver side temperature and then push here for the auto mode. To turn that auto mode off, you have to adjust that fan speed. But back up here, tons of audio options. You can hit the source button here, or you have it up top there. AM, FM, XM, CD player, Bluetooth. Then you have an iPod, USB, and then that rear display as well. But again, there's all that kind of up top for you. So I like how that's set up. And you also have a ton of presets with these systems that Nissan has. So you can hold to 36 presets, whether it's AM, FM, or XM. You just hold and you can store it there. And then the setting button will take you to all of that. So you can connect the device right there. And then give it a second. It'll ask you to just walk you right through on your phone. So it's pretty easy to connect. And then navigation settings are here, vehicle settings are here. All that can be adjusted. And then in your other settings, you can go to your language and units and adjust those there. But down here we have the media button, so we can go through that there, go through your different media options. And then the radio, you can go through that there. Again, if you don't want to use the touchscreen for all that, you have buttons and knobs down here, so volume, and then you can click there to mute, or turn the audio off, excuse me, then you can turn it back down there. And then you have a tune knob here, and you can push this to pull up your audio settings down below. So if you want to adjust your treble or bass, then you can just turn within each setting there. And then down here we have 12-volt socket, 2 USB-A ports. We have heated cooled seats, 3 stages for the driver and front passenger. And then to shift the 7-speed, you just pull down with the lever, reverse, neutral, drive. Then you can come over here to manually shift. Then you can just pull it back up for park. but I'm gonna put it in reverse so we can see this backup camera. And we do have the guidelines that follow us as we turn the steering wheel. I actually like the view there for the most part. Got that 360 view as well. And then down here, we have our snow mode, traction control, toggle, and then our tow mode there. We don't have all that extra four-wheel drive because this is a two-wheel drive model. But in the four-wheel drive, you have a few more options down there. But I like all the storage here, and you can just stow that all away and you get to look at that nice trim. And then right in here, pretty big center console cubby space, and we can cut that power outlet off if we want to. Now up here, garage door transmitters right in the rear camera mirror, and we can toggle that on and off by flipping that. And then sunglasses holders here. Sunroof, so we can tilt or we can slide it. And then we can one touch open and shut that. There's a view of the back from up here. Hopefully none of that rain hit my lens, but back to the front here. Headlamp controls are here, so that's low beams, corners, auto, off. And then we have our fog light toggle there. High beams are there, and you can flash here. And then we have our windshield wiper controls here. One time, this is off, then we have auto, low, high, and we can adjust the auto sensitivity here. And then we have our rear wiper here, intermittent on, and then off there. Pull back for that rear wiper fluid, push up for the front wiper fluid. And then we can go through our audio sources by hitting this button here. From the steering wheel, we can go through our track list, our radio station presets here, volume controls, voice recognition, Bluetooth control. And then we have our cruise controls here, so we can turn that cruise on and off, adjust the gap for the intelligent cruise there, cancel, and then that turns your lane departure and blind spot monitors on and off there. And then back here, we can use this button to go through that digital part of the gauge cluster, all those options that are available. And then we have this button here when applicable in certain settings, and then we can adjust the brightness of the gauge cluster using these buttons. And then we can go through our trip there, and we can hold it to reset. Push button starts here, and then here is our key fob with remote start. And now let's take this almost 83,000 mile 2018 Nissan Armada Platinum out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Armada, with it being a two-wheel drive model and being in this setting, it's crazy how it's just started raining, and I wanted to give it a little power to see what it would do. And it gave me a little bit of a spin coming out of that corner, which was fantastic. Just kind of fun. I still had control, but it's just kind of fun to see a little tail happy there. But of course, it's a 5.6 liter V8, so plenty of power, and that'll happen if you put your foot down when it's wet out. And even coming out of the corner there, still try to give me a little spin, and I just barely tapped it. But of course, you want to be light on the throttle with these anyway. They're big SUVs, they have big V8s, so can't give it too much throttle coming out of a corner, or you will have a little tire spin there. But of course, with this Endurance V8, again, plenty of power, and the acceleration shows pushing this giant hoss up to speed relatively quickly. And with it being a Platinum, I can go ahead and turn my cruise on. And then I have my lane departure as well with my blind spot monitors. And these tend to ride pretty well. I get a little bit of vibration in the steering wheel here, just feeling the road out. But all in all, Definitely a vehicle that you can ride in comfort in for some road trips. And as a driver, having that 10-way power seat and then having the 2-way power lumbar with that, not hard to find that difficult setting. And when you do, you can save it with your memory seat function there. But sound acoustics in here are actually very good, and I think I've said this in the Armadas, they're surprisingly good, this and the QX80, just because they're so huge. You'd expect wind noise to be prevalent, but it's one of the best sounding large SUVs out there in my opinion. Now, in terms of how these will hold up over the years, I can't be 100% sure because you just don't see that many high mileage Armadas in this body style out there. There's some, but I haven't actually gotten a chance to feel them out. But I can say with 83,000 miles on this one, it feels like it has plenty of life left in it, especially because it just has a 7-speed automatic as opposed to Nissan trying to put a CVT in this big boy. Now, with how these are set up, I would expect maybe some, like I just heard a vibration going over a bump there. I feel like your ball joints and suspension will probably need work sooner than maybe some other vehicles. I don't know that for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised, and I also wouldn't be surprised if it was relatively expensive. But it doesn't necessarily affect the quality of the ride right now. But again, just that bump I heard was kind of interesting. But people complain about Nissans because of the CVTs, but I do tend to see, I think the Q50 from Infiniti, which is basically a Nissan vehicle, those hold up pretty well with the automatic transmission. These, I believe, hold up pretty well with the automatic transmissions. You just don't see that many miles on them. A lot of that probably has to do with them being so thirsty. They're only rated for like 14 miles per gallon city, 18 or 19 highway. But I do like, I should say, I think the Nissan Infiniti buyers like having their buttons and knobs more than anybody. And I think everyone's trying to go to like a touch screen and not have physical buttons on the vehicles. And even in the top of the line Platinum, you still have a button for everything. You have a knob for everything. And a lot of buyers in that segment, that's what they want. They want something that's easy to use, that you don't accidentally hit the hazards when you're trying to turn the fan speed up on your AC, things like that. But also the Armadas have just looked really good. They got that refresh for 2021. But the 18 still looks great and still looks modern in my opinion, even going against today's new vehicles. But I want to give another shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Armada today. I will leave a link to the vehicle in the description. You can check out the pricing there, but I'll also try to leave the price in the description so y'all can see what it's going for around this time. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2018 Nissan Armada Platinum.